Hi everybody, and this is Pam, and welcome to Watercolor with Pam. If you're on my card site, you've seen that I put a little note that I was going to just make a video today, and I kind of thought this would be kind of a fun one. I tighten my camera a little bit here. There we go. And I went and did all the work, and I was going to try it, and I forgot to hit record. So I'm going to do it for you again. This is what I call a stress reliever. And I've been following Emma Jane Lefevre. I'm not sure how to say it. I'm so sorry, but I love her. She is doing 31 days of watercolor. You can go to YouTube, put her name in, put different flowers. This is her creation. And I'm just going to share for fun a little bit how she did that because I thought it was so cool. And it was a great stress reliever today. It's a line and wash. You don't need to have a ton of skills to do it, but we're going to have fun showing you anyway. So I'm going to start with the pink, and there is making it kind of wet. No rhyme or reason to this, okay? You can get the colors to be darker in spots. You don't have to. I might thinking, well, maybe there'll be some colors I can use later. I had this one here I thought was real pretty. This is kind of an orangish red. Got it too heavy. And I'm going to put that here by it. I think when I did the one that I messed up on, I was thinking of another flower, and I might still try to do that, and that's a poppy. And in order to do that, I'm going to add just a little more on my palette, some kind of an orangish red. So I've got two colors. You don't have to, it can be just one color, but you can see it's got a couple different colors that way. I'm gonna do a yellow. Yeah, and sometimes I got them too thick, so I'm not sure what we're gonna make for my flowers on this odd shape here that I ended up doing. But that's okay. I think we're going to stick with those three on this one. So you can see. You can do as many like I showed. I did this one earlier. I might show you that one as well. That one I did 5 colors. Then I want you to add some green. And just kind of put some green in there. You don't have to make it look like leaves. That's up to you. This might a little bit more because I've got it this shape. And that's okay. Just get some color in between here, so might be going off. This is going to probably turn out so cool that I might, I have another idea that I might do with this one, and I'll show you on that too. All right, we're going to just put one more here. And I think I'm going to put a second one that's kind of, maybe will be a little bit darker there. Let me think. Nope, I think I'm going to stick with that. And then I'm going to, in this one, I'm going to pretend this has got some stems. All right. And then I'm going to go to a blue, and I'm going to make it have a vase. It's not what she did, but I kind of thought about it, and I thought, you know what, I could maybe make this look like it's in a vase because it's a long card. I think that'll look kind of cool. We'll see when I get to that point. I feel like it's a little bit dark on the one side. I like to have it a little softer, so I'm gonna just come in here with my tissue, and I want that just a little bit lighter. That is the fun part of just doodling. You don't have to be any fancy, anything special, all right? So this is kind of inspired by her. At this point, we're gonna let this dry, but because I've got the other dry, we're gonna draw on that one first. So we're gonna come back to this one, and what I'm gonna use is my waterproof marker that I actually got from her in my kit that time. If I didn't use that, I'd probably use my Micron number 5 pen. Not too fine a point. I started with a little finer the first time I did it, and it was too fine. So I'm going to try to make a rose here. And for me, a rose always starts with a middle, and it usually has some leaves that come around. And you can see that in some places I made these a little darker, so I might take advantage of those. And I'm just gonna come around, nothing, there's no right, like I said, this is not realistic, this is just fun. So we got rose 1, and because I did 1 rose, I always have a tendency to do 2 roses. Maybe this one we'll do it not quite as shaky, and maybe a little bit bigger right away. You can kind of follow where you went. I find, just like with my paintings, I try not to, my watercolors, I try not to make my roses have touch exact on top of each other, because their petals don't do that. So we got a couple roses. Now this one, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I'm going to try to make it look like a poppy, kind of. It's a really open poppy. And he's going to have a lot of stems in the middle here. And these are a little shorter. Like I said, I'm not positive that that's the flower he really is, but he's the one we're going to make. We'll just pretend that there's some leaves behind, some petals behind, maybe a few more here. Okay, let's see. This one, I'm trying to think what other one I did. Oh, I know. We can do this one. Really, I should have probably done the yellow one, but that's okay. We can make a bunch of middle, and then we're gonna just have some petals that come around. This one's gonna kind of be a little fatter here, so he looks like he's maybe from that angle. I'll put a few back here. Okay. And this one, I was thinking of having it kind of, not really a tulip. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to kind of come around. Maybe you could call it, I don't know what we're going to call it, but it's going to kind of come in here, and we're going to have some stems coming out of that one. Okay, now we're going to do some leaves, and we're just going to put our as you can see, they're not necessarily totally following in the lines of the this one. When I did it, I was thinking about something like this. A little different. Maybe a leaf here yet. And we can put a leaf here. Hiding. I think I'm gonna put a leaf here without any extra. It's just gonna be a ink leaf. Hang on right here a minute. And you can see that this is quite the way to take care of some quiet doodle time in your day. And me, that looks like a really cool card. Just one of those things that ooh, off the paper, sorry. Ended up doing there. You can add more detail if you feel like you need more detail on it. But to me, that's a simple, easy card to give to somebody. I'm going to come back and do this one for fun. And in this one, I'm going to just show you that we can get the vase here a little bit. Okay, we can do the roses again. I always like the roses. Or whatever you'd like to call these. Imagine they could be called some other flowers too. That's my Julie category. Since you're my gardener, you might be able to tell us what some other good flowers that we could pretend they are. Can even make them have kind of a jagged look. These need a little bit more distinct. That's down into the jar. 1, 2, I think I had 3 of them in here. Okay. And sorry, I'm quiet. I have a tendency when I'm concentrating, trying to see what I want to do, I get to be a little quieter. I know I was going to maybe make that one into a as well, but I changed my mind and made them all into roses. This one we're going to try to get it to look like it's a little bit more on an angle here. And I think we can do that. And we're going to finish these up here. This one we can get a stem out. I would, in fact, as well, probably put a couple, at least one fake one. You could do a fake flower as well, but in this case, because it's 3, I would not. But try like that in there, but anyway. And you now have another card. Cut it off and you could make that into a card. So today that is my doodle relaxing video. Again, thank you, Emma Jane. And check out her webpage. I think you'll enjoy it. And you could come back. Oh, I was going to come back on this one for you. Now you could come back on this one, and I'm going to just grab some darker green. And you could come back with some more color. now that you've got them drawn and you're saying, oh, it looks like it needs something, oh, you can come back with darker color. You feel that would help. I didn't like these two, so I might just paint that one. I might come back with my pink and maybe, ooh, that got wet. Sorry about that. Ooh, that was bad. Didn't know that my tissue had fallen in my water. Maybe darker in the middle to give it some more depth to your flowers if you felt that they looked too flat. Anyway, I got water all over my desk here. Sorry. I want to get that all over me. This marker, because of what I just did, is waterproof, but because I just wrote with it, it is going to spread, unfortunately. I think it will be okay, but don't like your base just sitting in nothing. Put a little gray under here and actually a little black. I like to see the dimension on the jar a little bit. You could, in the case of the yellow, go with a different color. Yellow to get it darker, if that would help. But again, I did goof by dropping some water on this one. So it gives it a little bit more dimension for you. That's what you're looking for. But that is a doodling line and wash flower. Enjoy your day, and I hope you get a chance to relax and paint some easy flowers. Thank you.